All right, so hi guys again. My name is Perla. I am a gold consultant in the business. I've been here since last January, so a year now. So we're going to talk about how to organize your quotes using Travefy. Okay. So a little bit about me first, because I think it's important to learn and know who your host is, right? Rather than just like, oh yeah, whoever that chick was, right, with Travefy. So like I said, my name's Perla. I'm a gold consultant. I book travel, and I'm also a travel trainer as well. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm also a labor and delivery registered nurse. So I do my business on the side. I work weekends at the hospital. So I feel like I barely work my normal job. So that's why I have so much time and, to work on my side business. So just a few pictures of my family here. But just a little bit about me so that way you guys know who you're talking to. All right. So what is Travefy? Okay. So Travefy, it's an all-in-one tool for your travel business. You can create itineraries or proposals. So both of those you can use interchangeably. It'll allow you to create an itinerary versus a proposal. It's not going to look any different. It's just going to categorize them differently. It's also a simple CRM, so customer relationship management. So it allows you to then create customer profile or client profiles. And Travefy is smart that if for whatever reason you end up sending an itinerary to someone through their portal, and they will recognize that it's a new client, and they'll automatically create a new client card for that person. Also, you can create forms. So like credit card authorization form, insurance waiver form, travel request form, right? Any kind of form that you can think of, you can create on there. And it also allows you to then create a website, okay? So why are you going to want to use it, right? So I personally, when I started last year, I wasn't really interested in, I really didn't know like how I wanted to present my quotes to clients. And I spent so much time like typing up in an email or like a Word document. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. And I felt like I was just stressing myself out. Maybe because I wanted it to look a certain way. And so I came upon Travefy, and I really liked it because it streamlines everything for the client. So literally from start to finish, what's the first thing that they're going to do to the last day for checkout, right? And it looks really nice and organized. It also stores your client's information. So if for whatever reason you want to create like a client profile where you have then their signed forms, you can also then organize, like for example, if you wanted to filter which quotes you sent to which client, right? You can also do that too. You can send forms and receive their responses through the portal, through Travefy, create your own website through them as well. And then obviously you can share these itineraries or proposals via a link, like a text message, a PDF file, or in the app itself. So I have the app, and the app is actually really nice because it updates in real time. So anytime, like for example, there's been a few times where I end up forgetting to add something on the itinerary, or I misspelled something, or for whatever reason, and I already sent it to the client, I can quickly go log into Travefy, make those edits or changes. And when the client clicks on that link, it's already going to reflect that. So it updates in real time, which is really nice. So unfortunately, Travefy is not free. I wish it was. But they do offer a 10-day free trial. Okay. Otherwise, it is $39 a month if you sign up on a monthly basis, or you can save 20% by signing up for the year. Now, I found out that if you use my referral code, you will receive 10% off. However, you can also use it in conjunction with their 20% off for the year. So you can apply both and then essentially save 30%. Okay. So let me, no, so clients do not also have to have Travefy downloaded. They can if they want to, but it's not really going to do them any good. When you send them the link, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like and how it's going to come up for them versus in a phone view or link. Okay, so I'll show you that. Okay. All right, so let me just, I'm going to copy. I don't think I can. Give me 1 second. I'm going to copy the referral code for you guys and just put it in the chat if you were interested in trying it out. That's the referral code. And then this is the link then that will take you directly to, it'll take you directly to that checkout screen. Okay. All right. So this is what Travefy is going to look like for you guys then once you get there, right? Because you don't have a profile. But this is what it looks like. We'll just quickly go through this home screen and then I'll log in. So as you can see, there's many different views, right? You can have it on a tablet, laptop, desktop, cell phone, right? Itinerary management, as I said, it literally organizes your client's itinerary from start to finish. Okay, so this is very nice. They can do it on the mobile app if they wanted to, web link, PDF. Quotes and proposals. As I said, both are proposals or itineraries. Both of them are going to be used interchangeably. For whatever reason, I just got accustomed to using the word proposal, and that's just how I send it to my client. I send it to them as a proposal because I am proposing this trip to them, right? Once they approve it, so obviously, as you see up here, they can approve this proposal. So meaning they're good with this, right? I love this trip. Let's book it, right? You receive a notification that they approved it. And now that proposal automatically turns into an itinerary. Okay, so it'll automatically transfer over to an itinerary for the client. Simple CRM forms and tasks. So the tasks portion, this is the new feature that Travefy added on since I did this last training. So this is kind of what that portal will look like for your clients' information. Okay, so once you send over a itinerary or proposal to a client, Travefy is going to automatically create a contact card for that person. And you can kind of organize your information for that client there. Okay, and then website landing pages. You can make either one. Okay, so obviously if you do it annually, you can then save $96. Okay, or a little more if you use that 10%. Okay, so let me sign in really quick for you guys. Does anybody have any questions before I move forward? Does anyone currently use Travefy? Is this all new to you guys? Is Travefy new for everybody? Marissa, no. Clients do not need to have Travefy. Okay, perfect. It's new to you guys. Great. All right. Yeah, what's your question, Sukenya? Sukenya, am I saying it right? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. You can unmute. I think you guys can unmute yourself. Yeah, you guys can unmute yourself if you want to. That's fine. You don't have to put in the chat.
Okay, so I wanted to know, like, if I do the free trial, would I also be getting the 10% now, or when I start paying and to get the discount and the 10%?
So if you do the free trial, that 10% will automatically kick in after those 10 days.
Okay, so do you recommend just doing the free trial now and then use your code after the free trial, or it doesn't matter?
Well, when you do the free trial, so like if let me log out. If I do start free trial, it's going to ask you for your name. And then I believe, if I remember correctly, it's then going to take you to like a checkout screen to check out. You will not be charged, obviously, because it's your free trial. But if you do not cancel within the first 10 days, then you will then be charged the $39. So you can still use my code and do the free trial first. Or if you wanted to save the code for later, that's fine.
Okay, I see. Yep, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, let me sign back in. So this is what it looks like, okay? Every time you sign into Travefy, it's going to take you directly to this homepage, which is the trips page, okay? So right now I have all these trips, right? You see, I have them listed as proposals, okay? These are proposals I have sent out to clients, okay? If I scroll down a little bit, wherever it is, this one says approved, right? So she approved this quote. Clients do not have to approve the proposal on the quote that you send them. I will say that I wish the button was a little bit, they could see it a little bit better, but it's not. So I will have clients that will approve it on the quote, and then I'll have clients that end up just calling me and they'll be like, let's book it. I love this, right? So it doesn't have to be approved, but it's just a feature that Travefy has. Okay, so we're going to come back to this screen and I will show you guys everything about this screen, but I want to show you the library and the contacts tabs first, because those will get through a little bit quicker. The trips is a little bit more involved, and that's where we're going to be for the majority of the training. Okay, so under library, this is where you'll have the ability then to create forms. Okay, so a lot of these forms, like insurance waiver form, client intake form, credit card authorization form, right? These are forms that pretty much come already populated with Travefy. And I'll show you what they look like. So when you click it, it's just going to have just very general questions here, but Travefy did this. Okay, so I can edit it. I can add some more stuff to it, right? I can require an electronic signature for my clients, include any terms and conditions, right? Insurance waiver form. So this is a good form too. I personally don't use any of the forms on Travefy except the credit card authorization form, and I'll show you. But I actually kind of copied their little wording on the insurance waiver form and included it on my travel form. So I'll show you what that looks like. So if we hit preview, this is what it's going to look like on a mobile phone or desktop. So scroll down, it's going to ask them for all this information. And then it has this little snippet here, right? And I really liked the wording of it because there are clients, yes, Sukenna, you can create a credit card authorization form, but I'll talk to you guys about that in a second because it is not the same as Archer's and it should not replace Archer's. So the insurance waiver form, I liked the wording of this. So I included this wording on my travel form that I have. But again, you guys can decide however you want to organize and do your business, right? If you want to have all of your forms on Travefy, you can. I already had something set up prior to having Travefy, so I didn't want to keep going back and forth. Credit card authorization form. So this form is nice. What I will say is it captures your client's entire card number. Okay, convenient, right? But I will say it does not take place of Archer's credit card authorization form. So please do not only send your client this rather than the one that Archer provides us, because if for whatever reason there's an issue that your client is requesting a refund, a chargeback, whatever the situation is, Archer will not honor this. And it's not the same, right? So really, I use this for, and I'll show you. So I use this billing address, payment information. This, what I use for is my what's it called? My research fee. Okay. This is what I send over to the client for the research fee in order to process my $50 non-refundable research fee. Okay. This doesn't need to go to anyone. I'm not sending it to Archer. Nothing like that, right? So if I was going to send this to a client, I can then share. And now it's going to ask me to put the client's name, right? Amount, $50. When is it for? Today, right? I don't know why I put. And then just the description, right? So non-refundable research fee or whatever it is, right? Whatever you guys are using this for, if you want to use it in conjunction with Archer's credit card authorization form, you can. But this is just usually what I send it, how I send it. So once you hit send, it'll go directly to me. And then clients can then electronically sign. And that's it. Then I'll get a notification that it's done. Okay. And obviously you can change it. You can add new questions, all that stuff. Okay. So this is just where you would be able to do that. Under contacts, this is where it's going to show you all of your contacts. Okay. So obviously I don't have really all of my contacts saved here, but if this one, for example, this was a coworker. So it's going to automatically just create a contact card with her email. So now I can just put her name here, right? And then any notes I could put here if I wanted to. So she and her husband are actually leaving to, they're leaving to San Francisco tomorrow. So I could just put like a little note here if I wanted. Trips. So these are the proposals I sent over to her, and this one was the one that she approved. If there were any forms that I sent her through Travefy itself, so any of the forms that we just went over would come here, right? All of the replies and her signatures and responses would come here, and any documents. So for example, the signed credit card authorization form that I have for her through Archer, I could upload it here if I wanted to, right? And now I just have like a little folder or file for her. Yanira, the notes are private. Client cannot see anything. The client can only see the link, like the link that you send them for the trip, okay? So for example, I know that there was a client that I had something saved in here, I thought. If not, then I think it's, yeah. So with this one under docs, I have then their signed credit card authorization form. So then it's just organized per client, right? And now if for whatever reason I needed to reference this form because they're going to be booking with me again, and I just need to grab their address from there, or if for whatever reason Archer reaches out to me and they need it, right? It's just a secure location for your stuff, okay, for your client's stuff. Also, if you have then like your client's license, right? If you're capturing their license or their passport in terms for their travel, you can have all of that here, right? So let's say tasks. This is something new that was started, a new feature with Travefy. So you can do tasks per each contact. So let me just say, send well wishes or safe travels. Email. I want to send that to her today, right? Because they're going to be leaving tomorrow. So let me just put like 8 p.m. or something. I can either text her or email her, right? Because she's my coworker. So I have her phone number. I'm going to hit save. And now it's going to come up here. So now this task is specific for this client. I could also come up here to this little clipboard, and I can also do a task here. So I can say, send Megan safe travels email, and same thing. So tonight at 8 p.m. Okay, so now I have it in 2 spots, right? So now both of them are going to come up here. Now I have a 1. So anytime I log into Travefy, it's going to come up like, hey, you have something to do, and I'll click it and it'll come up for me. Okay. Description. So anything you want to type here. So I don't know. I know she's my coworker, but let's say you have horrible memory. You want to put she's your coworker, right? You can put something like that. Details. So then I have her email already captured, right? But let's say I want to capture her phone number and her street address. So now for the next trip, I don't need to ask her for her address again, right? I have it, and I can maybe just confirm like, hey, so you still live on crossover lane, right? Okay, perfect. So, you know, it just makes your life easier than for future, because then you're kind of capturing all of your clients' demographic information right up front. And then that way you don't necessarily have to capture it then later on. Okay. Any questions with the contacts at all, guys? Any questions at all? Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you guys. So like I said, these are all proposals. I have everything listed under proposals. Okay. You can filter by type, as I said, itinerary versus proposal. So if I filtered by itinerary, because these were approved by clients through the Travefy app, remember how I said it's going to automatically switch over to an itinerary for the client. Okay. When it switches over to an itinerary for the client, it's going to look a little bit different because it's going to finalize everything. And I'll show you what that looks like. So if I hit, because it's approved and it's an itinerary now, right? This is what it's going to look like. It's going to automatically generate a PDF form or file, okay, for this trip. And this is what it's going to look like now. This gets sent to the client as well. So now they have almost like a detailed description, right? It doesn't look any different than their actual quote, because this is the quote. This is what the quote looks like when I sent it to her, right? So here's the total price, right? Everything that it includes, not included. This is their flight itinerary, their flights on time. So Travefy will then also give you like real-time flight updates, if that makes sense. So their flight leaves tomorrow. So they leave at 6:15. It's on time. Okay. Where are they going? They're checking in. That's the description. Some photos I added for them. Okay. And then their checkout, right? Now this is the PDF file. Okay. So literally the same exact information, but it's just a little bit more, I guess, finalized for them. I don't know that clients actually use the PDF file. None of my clients have ever told me anything, right? But it just gives them that option, that feature. Okay. So if it looks, this is what it looks like then on the desktop as a quote. Okay. As an itinerary, I'm sorry. So an approved itinerary. So now if I'm going to do proposal, which literally all of these are proposals, right? So we're going to click this one. I just did this one like an hour ago for a client. We're going to hit preview. I sent it over to him. Okay. Preview. This is what the quote or proposal looks like. So you see how it looks different. It has the total price here, and then it says approve. Okay. Still looks the exact same as my coworkers, right? Obviously, this is a larger booking, so the price is different. It's for 11 people, right? But it still looks the same. Their flight is listed here. This is a layover flight, okay? Then it has their villa, their house rental, some photos. I included a video of the villa, okay? Which this is a really nice villa. I was like, I think I want to book this villa with my family. It's super nice. And then their return flights, okay? So that's what that looks like for the client. Now, if I wanted to edit this, right, I could edit it, right? Let's say if he's like, oh, Perla, I see there's an issue with the flights or something. The flights don't look the same or something like that. I could quickly go in, edit, and I can make a change to any, oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I can make a change to anything, right? Anything that has a little pencil, you can edit. I can edit this, adjust this. If I want to take the wholesale fee out, I can take that out, adjust the price per person total, right? I can do that, okay? Maria, I'm going to show you guys that in a second. in terms of pulling this over. So I'm not going to show you guys step by step how to then actually, is this, okay, how to, like build the quote, because this is for another, that's for another type of training. I'm just going to show you then how to pull that information over from Vax or from any other vendor or supplier that you're using. Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm going to just take a picture of this itinerary and then the total price. Okay. All right, so let me get out from here. And then I'm going to pull up this hotel. I'm going to show you literally exactly what I do. Okay. The Ritz Carlton St. Thomas. Okay. So we're going to do website and a new link, and then we're going to go to TripAdvisor. Okay. So we're going to do a new trip. Okay. New trip. I'm going to do proposal because to me, it's a proposal. I'm proposing this to a fake client, right? So proposal. If you want to do itinerary, you guys can. Really doesn't matter either way, but that's just how my brain processes things. So that's just usually what I do. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do, literally from start to finish. It's just what makes sense in my head. You can do it however you want to during that 10-day free trial, or if you end up signing up with Travefy. Okay, so now this is what it looks like. When you hit proposal, it looks like a very blank template, right? But it's very user-friendly in that it's going to tell you set a date, build this day's itinerary, right? And it's very blank, right? They're going to St. Thomas, they're not going to San Francisco. So why am I going to have a San Francisco background, right? So the first thing I do is change the cover photo. So I always copy pictures over because I don't really like having so many unnecessary photos saved on my computer. Okay. So unless if I can't help it. So I will then go to TripAdvisor and I will filter to photos from management. Okay. And I will look for a nice photo of the resort itself. Okay. Typically like an exterior photo. So this is the nice one, right? So I'm just going to copy image and paste it. So now my picture is of the actual resort. Save changes. Okay. Now I'm going to name my itinerary. Okay. So what is this itinerary called? So we're going to say, St. Thomas, US Virgin Islands, Ritz Carlton or something. I always like to put the name. Obviously, this is a training, but if I'm actually doing a quote or proposal for a client, I will name it something that I know who it's for, right? So that way I'm not like, okay, what did I send? What was it called? Who did I send it to, right? So now we're going to put the travel dates. So I took a photo of the itinerary that I created. I created an itinerary before the training started so that I wasn't going back and forth. Okay, so this is going to start in June 16th. Total price for this package is $8,624.24. Now, if this was friends going, this is for 2 adults, right? But if this was friends going, you could do per person if you wanted to, or you could even type it in here, right? Per person, if it was $8,600 per person, okay? But we're just going to do that, okay? Description. So usually this is going to be up to you if you guys want to do this, right? But this is what I do. So that way clients know literally what is this $8,600 including, right? This is a lot of money. Please tell me everything that it includes. So then that way I'm minimizing the questions. I love answering questions for clients, but a lot of the questions sometimes they ask are questions that are literally answered on their proposal. Okay. So I will put total price includes, and then I'll put for 2 adults, enter bullet space. Then I'm going to put round trip flights to St. Thomas from, and I'm in Pennsylvania. So one of the closest airports for me is Newark and New Jersey. So I just defaulted it to that airport, okay? From Newark with United Airlines. Maria, yes, I would. Yep, if I cannot tell you how many last minute trips I've done for clients. Literally like a week before I have booked trips. Is it annoying? Yes, because it's a lot of work. But I don't say no to clients. Okay, then I'm going to indent, right? Because they have layovers. So layovers in Puerto Rico, and I'm going to put inbound and outbound because they will be stopping in Puerto Rico well as they're going to St. Thomas, and then as they are returning back home, they will also stop in Puerto Rico. Okay. Okay. Then, oh, sorry. Then I'm going to also put okay, there we go. Then I'm going to put one personal item and one carry-on allowance per traveler. I always include baggage allowances in all of my proposals because that's one of the #1 questions clients ask, right? Checked bags and seat selections are available for purchase during check-in, which is 24 hours prior to departure. Okay. If there's anything else with their fare, so they're getting an economy fare. So let me just put that economy fare. If this was maybe an upgraded fare, like a first class, business class, right? They're going to have a lot more amenities and things included. So then I would include that, right? But this is a basic economy fare. So that's literally what they will be receiving. Okay. Then I'm going to put the Ritz-Carlton, the name of the resort, right? St. Thomas. Indent, what kind of room are they getting? They're getting a resort view room, king bed. If there were any additional amenities on this resort, like let's say, for example, they were going to receive a resort credit, or they were going to receive complimentary champagne on arrival or something, right? So anything that the resort is telling me that is like an amenity, like extra that sometimes VAX will tell you, right? I will include that here, but there wasn't anything, right? And then they will also have round trip, I'll just put shared, round trip shared transportation to and from hotel. Okay. Then I'll put not included, travel protection. And I always put prices subject to change and availability. Okay. That's all I'm putting. Oh, geez, if I can spell. That's all I put in the description. Okay. So you know how in VAX, it's on that checkout screen, it's going to give you kind of like an overview of everything that you guys just searched, right? That's where I'm pulling this from. Okay. And I'm going to hit save. All of this here, I don't touch it. I leave it as it is. Messaging, I'll show you what that is at the end when we finish building the quote. Okay. And we're going to hit save. So now this changes. The prices here and the description, we don't see it, but we will see the description once we hit preview at the end. Okay. So now the date is June 16th. We're going to hit new event, right? Because what are they doing? Otherwise, this is going to be a blank proposal. So we're going to hit new event and we're going to hit flight. Okay. But obviously you can see you can do many different things. You can do cruises, tours, info, ground transport, lodging activity, right? So what's the first thing that they're going to do on Friday the 16th? They're going to go to the airport, right? So we're going to type in the airline. So it's United Airlines and the flight number, which you will receive this from whichever vendor you are using. Okay. Their layover flights, make sure you put that in, right? Because otherwise Travefy is smart. If it's a layover, it's going to tell you where it's going. So they're going from Newark to Puerto Rico. So that's not their final destination, right? So you're going to have to, it's going to force you to put that layover flight in order to get them to that final destination. So we're going to hit get info. There's multiple flights with this flight number. So you just want to make sure you're using the correct airport codes. So they're going from SJU to STT. Okay. add to itinerary. Now, what is the next thing that they're going to do on Friday the 16th? They're going to go to their hotel. They're going to check in, right? So we're going to hit lodging, new event, lodging. And then we're going to do, for whatever reason, Travefy decided to add this on here, Internova Select Hotels. Don't ask me what it is. I have no idea. But if you start typing in your hotel's name, it's not going to come up. So I've learned just select general properties. And then you're going to put in the name of your resort. Okay. And now it comes up. What happens is, what's nice about it is now Travefy is going to link this resort to this reservation, to this itinerary or proposal. And your clients can then click this link and it'll take them to the website, to the hotel website. Checkout, I definitely 100% recommend to put the checkout date, and I'll show you why. Checkout date, they're checking out the 23rd. If you want, you can put check-in and checkout times. I personally don't. I just leave it as it is. Okay. Add to itinerary. So by selecting the checkout date, now all of a sudden, Travefy is smart and is going to create a day for you, because now they're checking out the 23rd, right? So this is an event in their trip, right? So after I add this, okay, my next step is to then go to that checkout date. And now I'm going to add their return flights home. Okay. So we're going to hit new event. We're going to hit flight. They're going back on United. And then their layover. Okay. Add to itinerary. Now I don't need to touch this day anymore. I don't need to go back to Friday the 23rd. Their Friday the 23rd is done. The only thing I need to do on this itinerary is go here, go to my hotel and add some information. Okay. So I'm going to hit the little pencil, because otherwise it's just going to say check in, right? I'll show you guys what it looks like. So if we hit preview, this is what the proposal looks like to the client. If we were to send this now, it looks like this, their flights, right? That looks fine, but that's it, check in. It doesn't have photos. It doesn't have a description, right? I personally like to include that for clients, just so that way they can have a little bit of an overview of where they're staying, okay? So I usually have TripAdvisor up and the hotel website up, okay? Because literally what I do is I copy and paste from the hotel or TripAdvisor. I'll use TripAdvisors because it's a little longer. I don't sit and type up myself. I'm not a literary person. So if I'm able to make it easy for myself, I literally just copy from TripAdvisor or the hotel website, whichever one I find is nicer. Okay. Then let's see if there's anything else I want to add in here from the website. Is this the same? Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Maybe, oops. I'll move this up here. Okay. So that's the description. That's what I'm putting. Okay. Photos, you can add up to 5 photos or videos. So again, as I said, I don't like to save anything to my computer. I will just copy. So I'm going to go to TripAdvisor again, gallery, and filter to photos for management. I filter to photos for management on purpose because I don't want someone's random finger in the picture, right? And the professional photos for management, they're nice photos, you know, that they're crisp, they're clean, right? They're photos that are most likely on the hotel website. So that's usually what I do. So what I'll do is we're going to use, I don't like that photo. Just use this photo. So usually, since it's 5 photos, it limits you to that. I will typically put 1 or 2 photos of the exterior like a photo of like the building itself and then like with the pools, right? Or the beach or whatever. And then I'll put something like of the lobby or like the restaurant or something, like if I'm able to find something like that. TripAdvisor is nice because it's labeled, it's lobby, right? A lot of times it's labeled, sometimes it's not. So sometimes it's just kind of going back and forth. So now they are going to have a resort view king room, which is this one. So we're going to go to photos and let me see. We'll copy this picture with the bed and then I'll get the picture of the bathroom. So that way they can have an idea. This is the room I'm going to stay in. Okay. If they want more photos, they can go to the website. 5 photos. Perfect. Save changes. I'm done editing. And now when we hit preview, all the information that was there before, but now there's all that information that we just put in. Okay. The description, here's the photos, nice photos. Okay. And then their checkout. Okay. So one thing that's really nice about Travefy as well, especially if it's a location that you haven't been to personally, you're not familiar with the area. Under information and documents, this is a section in the proposal or itinerary that allows you to add information or documents pertaining to the trip. It's not going to fall within a particular day. So it's not going to put it on like June 19th or anything like that, right? So this I like because, and we're going to go to city guides and we're going to type St. Thomas, see if it comes up. Let me do, oh, I hope it comes up. Sometimes it comes up. All right, I guess this location is not going to come up. Okay. Just kidding about this location. But if let's say this was Paris, okay, we can click this and now it's going to give you an entire city guide on Paris. You can click this over, just add it over under information and documents. And now you're going to have this entire city guide that's going to give your clients now all of these sections about the city, top 10 things to do and see, dining, cafes, nightlife, shopping, tourist information. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe. No, didn't come up. I wonder if it's just under something else. I don't know. Okay. It's not coming up. But anyway, let's pretend this is St. Thomas. Okay. So now this is going to show them and literally give them a guide to the city. Okay. And it comes with the links. So now your clients can click on these different museums or monuments if they were interested in going, right? Must do and see, dining, and you can customize the things you want to add in here, right? This is a very long and extensive city guide, which is great, especially for Europe. However, it's up to you if you wanted to include something like this in the itinerary or proposal. Usually I do, especially if it's the client's first time going there. And it looks organized, and I'll show you what it looks like. Cafes, bars, and nightlife, shopping, and then tourist information. So passport and visa, frequently asked questions, the airports, right? How to navigate in the airports, transportation there, taxis, all that stuff, right? So it gives them then kind of like an inside look into the city and how to navigate the city itself, okay? So now if we hit preview, their information is up at the top, their travel information, right? But now at the bottom, so this is when they're coming back to Newark. Now at the bottom, here's the information documents, okay? So it's at the end, it'll come up populated at the end of their proposal, okay? So now let's say I want to send this. So I'm going to send this to myself. So that way you guys can see. With a cruise, it's so much easier, Marissa. It's easier because, and I'll show you what the cruise itinerary looks like. You literally just put cruise and then it's going to ask you the cruise ship, like the cruise line, and then the cruise ship. And then it'll pull up the itineraries for that month for that specific ship. And then it'll ask you to import the itinerary, and it literally imports the entire cruise itinerary. I'll show you. It's really nice. So I always then do email invite, right? And I'm going to just send it to my business email, and you can CC yourself if you want to. So I always end up CCing myself because then I just get a copy of it. You don't have to. You can put a message. I always do. So hi, Perla, here is your St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands proposal. Please let me know your thoughts, right? So something like that. You don't have to, but I personally do. Okay, so then I'll hit send email. And now I'm going to go to my email so that way you guys can see what it looks like. And here it is. So it's going to come directly from my name, right? From me, right? Because the account is under me, but it's like a no reply email type of thing. And it's going to have the name of the proposal that I put. Okay. This is what it looks like on the email. There's my little message. There's my contact info and my website. So now I can view this online if I'm the client. So view online, and this is how it's going to look like online. Okay. They can also view it on their phone if they want to. They can view it on their phone if they want to. And it's going to come up the same way. It's not going to look any different. It's just going to be condensed because it's on the phone, right? Any questions about that at all? Now, if I was the client and I was like, all right, I'm going to approve this, I can hit approve. And this is what's going to come up. Okay. I'm going to hit approve. And it's approved. Okay. Now they're going to receive another email about it being approved. And we're going to hit done. So if I go, oh wait, I think it sends it to my other email. It sends it to this one. So now it's going to say here. Well, this was the one I CC'd myself, right? But this is what it's going to look like. Your proposal has been approved. To me as the agent, right? This is what it looks like. Approved. Your client will receive a PDF copy. This proposal has been converted to an itinerary. Okay. And a PDF copy is now attached to the trip. All right. No, Maria, no, everybody just gets that 10-day free trial. There's no extension for it. Okay. So that's what that looks like. Any questions at all with that? You're welcome, Kim. That's fine. So what I wanted to show you the messaging. So if I were the client and I click this and I'm going to hit view online and I'm the client, right? I can hit this little blue box and I can send a message to the to me, to the agent, right? And I can say, hi, Perla. Can we please change the flights or something? Something like that, send. So now me as the agent, if I go on here, yes, I do, Marissa. I will add in the Viator link. I'll show you, I have a proposal with that on there. If I'm under the edit screen, under discussion, here's that message that the client sent me. The only downside about it is that you don't get a notification if they sent you a message. So personally, I then always just tell clients, let me know if you have any questions, like just call me or text me rather than sending a message through through Travefy. because then I won't see it. Like there's nothing that notifies you, or it's like a ding or an email that a client messaged you. Okay. I think it's a good idea to have. However, I think they should just include like a notification, something that you can then get notified whenever your client sends a message. Okay. Let me show you guys really quick a cruise proposal, so that way you can see what it looks like. It looks literally the exact same. The description looks the same only because that's me typing it. Okay. I'm the one typing in the cruise. Okay. But this, I didn't do any of this. This was Travefy. Okay. So Travefy literally put at sea, arrive at wherever this is at, Bermuda, I guess, at sea, disembark, right? So literally all you have to do is just put in like how it says, new event cruise. It's going to, let's just say it's the 6th or something. Cruise line, it's going to have the cruise line. Let's say it's Carnival, ask you the ship, and then this comes up, right? Get itinerary. And this is going to literally, this is what it does. Add itinerary, add to itinerary. And that's it. Travefy did it all for you. Okay. I like doing the cruises because it's a lot. Usually this is taking me a little bit longer to do with you guys because I'm doing step by step. But if I'm doing this, like for example, this one that I just did today, this villa home that I sent, it took me like 10 minutes. It's quick. It's very quick. But it's taking me longer because I'm doing it step by step with you guys. Any questions about the itineraries at all? This is what the Viator link looks like. Oh no, that wasn't it. I added the tin leg. That wasn't the one. There was one that I added. I don't remember which one it was now. That I added my Viator link, but I essentially add it the same way. I just include, I'll just say something like, for discounted excursions and activities, click here, and it'll come up with like the hyperlink. Okay, any questions on that, guys, before I then show you the last part, which is super quick. It's just the website and like the landing page or the marketing page. Any questions at all? Okay. All right, so to get to the website or marketing page, so we're going to hit website. Okay. And I personally don't have my website on Travefy. I had created a website using Wix previously, and I just didn't want to switch it over. But it is nice to have it already factored in, because then it's not an additional monthly fee or requirement elsewhere, right? It's already factored into your $39 a month. Okay. So this on the left-hand side is how the page will look like, and it will update in real time as you are editing it on the right side. Okay. So if you want to set up your own custom domain, let's say you already have a domain elsewhere. Let's say I wanted to transfer the domain that I have over to Travefy, I can do that. So I can then just say, I already have a website, but I'd like to have content appear, blah, blah, blah. So you can click that. Or you can then use your Travefy domain as your website. Okay. Page and title. So if I was creating this for my business name, right, I can then just do that, and edit here, right? And then put some stuff in here, right? Put some photos, save. So each thing that you click on, it's going to highlight green, and then you can change then the little links and stuff like that. Okay. It's very easy to do. basically it will allow you then to, like, for example, new element. So if you wanted to then just do like a new page, banner, trip gallery, right? You can certainly do that. Okay. Now, this was what essentially your domain is going to then be if you use it through Travefy. So this page slug is required. It's the unique part of your website, of your link, so that you see how it has here then Dandelion Travels there. So if I ever wanted to use this link, then that would be the link that I would share. Okay. It's very easy to do. I know many agents that use the website with Travefy, and they really like it. Okay. So then if we go to, I think it's under account. No, profile. Okay. So under profile, I've never done anything here under profile, only because this would be like as if I'm sharing this with someone, and I haven't. So it would be under marketing. So this marketing page, this marketing page allows you to then basically have this link to then share as like a marketing tool. So if I wanted to share with clients, or not with clients, if I wanted to share with people on my social media, like, hey, check out my featured trips, right? I could feature them here. So for example, let me delete this one. And under featured trips, I'm going to add this St. Thomas one that we did, and I'm going to add the British Virgin Islands, and I want to add one more. I'm going to add this cruise. Okay. So let's say I really felt like these are really good trips or itineraries, because really, who is seeing your itineraries? The only people that are seeing your itineraries or proposals or quotes are your clients, right? Nobody else sees the work that you do. So if you wanted to feature these somewhere, you can feature them here, right? It then also obviously gives then like a landing page for them. If I were to copy this, let me first save and go here, this is what it would look like, right? If they click here, it's going to take them to my Facebook page. It'll then take them to my Instagram. And then it'll then take them to my website. Okay. So then they can then have some more information on me if they wanted. Let's say they were interested in this one, they click it, it's going to look exactly like how it does, but it's not going to say approved proposal, right? Because this is just, I'm sharing this itinerary because I feel like this is a good deal, right? So if someone sees this and they're like, oh, this is great, they can hit contact, put the name, hey, I'm ready to plan a trip, and I'll get a notification that someone likes this itinerary and wants to get more information on it. Okay. That's really what this site is then used for, like what the marketing site can be used for. Any questions at all, guys, with Travefy?
I wish I know about this before I start my website from somewhere else. It's really easy. But if you have one already, like you do, are you still able to do this itinerary to add it on your website that's external from the Travefy? Or you can?
Like to have this on your website then, like to have the trips on your website?
Yeah.
What I would suggest is I would just get, like, if you want to, like, let's say you wanted to add this on your website under, like, for example, under the actual proposal itself, you can then get the link, get trip link, and you can copy it, and then you can then put it in your website. Like you can build it into your website, and it's going to take if someone clicks on that link, then it'll take them to the proposal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions at all, guys, about Travefy? I hope it was helpful for you guys. Maria, no. So after you end the free trial, you will no longer have access to your account. All right, guys. So if nobody has any other questions, let me just stop